Hi guys, it's ya boy, Ellie Pie. Ignore the scenery. I'm here today to talk to you about my financial aid. Because I think I've got a game plan, right? I was doing calculations. I was like, Theo, my brother, I was like, get out your calculator, like, just type these numbers in for me. Because I've been thinking, since I know what school I'm going to, I'm not trying to, like, really keep it a secret, but if anybody tells my dad, I'm screwed. And I don't trust you guys that much yet. But overall, I think I've got a pretty solid game plan. I am gonna have to take out a loan. Like, obviously, I can't pay $30,000. I really don't believe in scholarships that much. Obviously, I've been applying to them, guys, but let's be so for real right now. Is that $500 scholarship, if I get it, even gonna help me? I mean, I applied to like a dozen through my district, right? Even if each of them is $500, that is. Oh my God. Hold on. 12 times 500. That's $6,000, but I'm not gonna get all 12 of them, so maybe I'll get 2 of them and they'll equal like 1,000. Gee, that's, I don't know, 1 week of food, apparently, according to the college. So I was able to access it on my phone, because that's like on my school Chromebook, like it's blocked because it's like Microsoft. It's like a Microsoft account, Outlook, whatever you want to call it. So they won't let me access it on my school Chromebook because they're stupid. So I printed out on my, like, I saved it to my files on my phone, and then I sent it, like, on my phone in my email to my school email. So just looking at this, guys. Okay, this is gonna be a really bad angle. I literally just flipped it, actually. So this is like, look at that. That's tuition. Okay, that's a good base price and stuff. Well, actually, no, that's actually horrible, but, comparing it to, like, Mizzou, and then fees. I don't know what fees those are. Does anybody want to explain to me what those fees mean? What is the fees? Like my enrollment fees? Because let me tell you guys, the enrollment deposit is like $330. And then food, I've already kind of decided that, okay, I'll have to like switch around. I've already decided that I'm gonna do like, there's like 3 levels, but I think most people choose level 2, and it depends on how many meals or like meal swipes. I watched several YouTube videos from people explaining it, but I think they were just like rich girls, so they didn't really understand either. You get like a certain amount of, like, 1 meal swipe is supposed to mean like 1 meal is what it translates to. I didn't see the rules about taking any food back with you, right? Like, the Tupperware container just fell out of my backpack and got filled with food, right? Don't tell them that I did that. So you get like a certain amount of meal swipes. You get like, what was it? It was like 10 per week for one of them. If I'm, just like ballparking it, just so you guys know, like, that's what that means and stuff. Hold on, I'm gonna flip it back around. So level 1 was like 1 meal per week. Oh my God. But I didn't want to overspend. I was asking, don't shame me, guys, but I was like looking up on Google AI because it was like really helpful. And I was like, what if, like, right, like, what if I buy like level, like I have to pay it? Because, like, I don't know, I was looking up the rules and they were like, if you don't pay, we're taking everything from you. I was like, what if I run out of money and then I don't have food? And Google AI was like, they have a food pantry. Stop. I know you're not supposed to be like ashamed of that, but like, I'm talking about like if I'm really bad with it, guys, and I run out of food in like October. I will be working. I'm just like all over the place, guys. Not gonna lie. I will be working, hopefully. On my FAFSA, I qualify for the opportunity to work study. And like I know how to like access the websites, and like once I enroll, I pay my deposit. My enrollment deposit, I'm gonna have access to like the websites, and like I can sign up for like a job if there's availability. I could work at the dining hall. I don't really know if I should be the one working at the dining hall. I wouldn't trust me handling your food, but sorry, guys. I'm sure you have to go under training and stuff. And I was trying to explain to my dad. He doesn't listen to me, guys. You know this. We already know this. So I was like, well, there's both pros and cons, like not acting like I know everything, but I know more about this college than him. Do you know how much time I've spent in the past 3 weeks that I've gotten accepted in this college researching everything? Brother, I could tell you a lot of things. So I was trying to tell them, like, oh, this is what I've learned. Like, there's a lot of pros and cons to on-campus versus off-campus, like, jobs. Like, first of all, on campus, they automatically legally have to give you time off for exams, right? But you can only work 20 hours per week. Which is kind of silly, but it's, like, fine. But then they also don't have to pay you minimum wage. You could be working like $12 an hour starting off. But off campus, you could be working $15 an hour or like more, obviously, right? Like if I got started as a manager or I got like have experience, like obviously you guys know how jobs work. Like you could get paid more than minimum wage, but you get paid, you automatically have to get paid minimum wage with like an off campus job. But it'll be farther, right? Like you might have to, I'm bringing a car to college, so I won't have to worry about that. But like some people might have to go, it's like miles away. They might have to go 15 minutes out of their way, 20 minutes out of their way driving. And then also they don't care about your school schedule sometimes. Not that, like a lot of people, like you might have a kind boss that's like, you study for exams, but some people are not going to give a shit. You're going to have that random manager named Josh who would rather you work, cover somebody's shift than, like, I don't know, go to your parents' funeral or something. I'm not making a lot of sense, but that's my plan. What am I talking about? Yeah, the food. So I was like, I know I won't have a lot of money. I'm going to take out a loan and I'm going to work this summer. Like, this is what I'm talking about. So I was going to ideally choose the level 2 meal plan. Oh my God, my fingers up. The level 2 meal plan. Level 3 is just kind of unnecessary. Right, like I'll handle my food. I can go off campus for groceries too. I'm sure there's a dollar store somewhere. And the state, I'm going to school in Pennsylvania, and they don't have sales tax, something like that. I haven't looked too much into that, but that's what Google told me, and they were like, save all your shopping till you're already there. I said, that's not a very good idea. I'm not going to blow my money within the first 30 seconds of entering the state, but sure, whatever you say. They were like, you need a parka. I'm from Northern Illinois. The streets killed me. I think I can handle a chilly winter. And they were like, no. Google was like, no, you don't understand. You will get blown away by the wind. I did not escape the Midwest just to go to the Midwest. Oh my God. Pennsylvania is weird, right? Like, it's not Midwest. I wouldn't even consider Ohio the Midwest. It's not Midwest, but it's not East. Is it one of the 13 colonies? But it's not like the East Coast. But then also, do you really want to be on the coast somewhere? I'm going to be on the coast of, I don't know, the lake. Anyways, so I'm choosing the level 2 meal plan because the level 1, I have it written in my notes somewhere that I will only accept level 1 if I'm that desperate. And when I talked with Google about it, oh, sorry, I have low battery. When I talked with Google about it, they were like, if you also run out of money, you could apply for SNAP benefits. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? You kidding me right? I'm not going on federal government benefits unless I'm not doing that, right? Like, call me too prideful, but my family is currently living off SNAP benefits. And first of all, when I tell you they're not fucking enough, whoever's in charge of that shit, which I should probably know who's in charge of that shit, fix it right now. And like, I don't know what is different for Pennsylvania. Once I'll lock in over the summer because I'll be enrolled. I'll have my plan figured out. I'll learn about the Pennsylvania, like, government, right? Like, what state am I living in? The senator is, not senator, governor. I don't even know, guys. I'm in AP government right now. So, like, I'm learning all this stuff for Illinois because I'm going to school in Illinois right now. But you couldn't waterboard who the governor is out of Pennsylvania out of me. J.B. Pritzker for life. This guy from PA, I don't know who this is. It could be a woman. Actually, I don't even know why I said that. Like, whatever. Anyway, so I was just saying all that to show you. I know you guys have seen this table like a million times. I just showed it to you like 3 times. But it's going to come out to like $42,000 for like the food, housing, fees, and the tuition. But the financial aid, I was eligible to receive the entirety of the Pell Grant, which when I learned that was the entirety of the Pell Grant, I said, what the fuck? And then grants and scholarships. We're not really sure where they got that from. I guess I qualified for like automatic grants and scholarships, or that's just what that like means. I don't know. I did qualify for like I think it was the max amount of one of the government loans. Need to be repaid with interest, which means my financial aid is a total of $12,000. Now, What is 42,000 minus 12,000? Hold on. I guess we're going to do that math later. It's 29,000 something. So that was the first table. That was the blah, 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 the second and third tables. And so that is what I'm going to have to pay, basically. And then they were like, books, which we all know. We all watch TikToks. We're all like we know I know I'm not paying $500 for a fucking textbook. Even if I had to. I would rather, I'm not allowed to say that, but like course materials. Guys, do you know how many pencils? I've had the same pencil since 5th grade. I think I'm okay. Equipment and supplies. What kind of equipment? Me pulling up to organic chemistry with my own lab coat. I guess if you want. And then they were like, loan fees. Brother, what if I don't need a loan? What if I can just pay $30,000 up front? Fun fact, guys, I was looking into what medical schools, because I'm going to be pre-med. I was looking into what medical schools I'm going to go to, because I just decided I wanted to do an MD/MPH program, but in 4 years. And so one of the only schools that offers that apparently is like Feinberg School of Medicine at Northwestern. Which, by the way, it's the 25th. I think they're supposed to let me know if I've been accepted in a few hours. Why is it $100,000 a year? But if anyone can do it, I can do it, guys. It always works out for me. Things always work out for me. I don't really understand. Always works out. Not to knock on wood. Right. Anyways, so then they're like miscellaneous. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Like socks? Like, I don't really know why they're trying to calculate this stuff. But then the total estimated non-billable expenses, $6,700. I don't think so. I think that's optional, actually, but it's okay. And so they have the net price of like everything. I don't know if you can see that. I think my finger just totally blocked the screen. It's probably not good. And then they were like, please be aware this is your current estimated financial aid offer. Subject to change. I'm sure it will. I'll give you the money, and then you'll be like, actually, that's $50 million more. Billing begins in early August for fall semester and early January for spring semester. I tried to look at their payment plans, but I was like, I'm not doing this right now. Because why? They don't have me paying on a monthly basis. I mean, I guess I'll be able to pay it all up. I don't know how that works. I have never taken out a student loan before, believe it or not, and nobody I know has either. I mean, obviously there's teachers at school, but like my father never went to college. My mother went to a real college for a fake degree. Don't hate on me for that, because you don't know her. She did not get a real degree. She got like a certificate or something, and also she's mentally disabled, so it's not really real. And I'm allowed to say that. Fun fact, I technically get the R word pass, but I choose not to use it because, I don't do that. I know one uncle that went to college. I don't know how he paid for it, but it was in the 80s and early 90s, so probably cost $2 to go to college back then. So their payment plans are kind of weird. This segues into what my plan was. I was like, I know I'm going to have to take out a loan. Like, every single time I try to do the financial aid calculators for all the colleges, it's like, how much can your family contribute? Brother, $0. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm on this financial aid calculator. These colleges really do fool you, because they send you emails about 100% free. Obviously I'm not that gullible, but I'm clearly a little gullible. I was like, yeah, I don't know what I used to think that colleges can do. They'll like log into my FAFSA, see that I have $0 for marked under everything, and they'll be like, yeah, free. Because how do you genuinely, this is what made me so upset about the FAFSA. I was like, what do you mean the max amount for the like government like subsidized one? Either one of the ones. The max is $5,500 per year. $5,500, clearly that's going to be just my housing. Oh my God. How do you actually see that? And then I'm like doing the math. I'm like, okay, well, $5,500 times like 100,000 people going to college is like a lot of money. And then I start looking up like for private loans, like banks and credit unions that offer, a lot of people don't offer student loans anymore. My personal bank that I use, PNC, used to be able to offer student loans from $50,000 to like $75,000 or something like that. Guess who cut funds from the Department of Education? Our favorite child predator slash rapist slash molester, Donald Joseph. Is it Joseph? I actually don't give a shit. Donald Joseph Trump. Lord, I hope he dies soon so that Barack can take over again. In fact, no. Why don't we throw Federalist 78 aside and bring both of the Obamas to presidency? This is gonna be the best presidency ever. We're gonna have 2 Obamas as president, and it's gonna be awesome. In fact, the best presidency ever, I might say, and I know all about presidency. I know that wasn't a very good one. There's like a couple options. I'm on my Chromebook right now, so let me click. I have under my loans folder. Oh, there's SoFi. There's like Nelnet. I think that was the one that when I was going through my FAFSA, they they technically are the ones that work with like the federal government. I don't know. Navy Federal Credit Union. I tried to look at requirements because I don't know. My grandpa was in the Navy 100 million years ago. Probably don't qualify, but under requirements they were just like, be alive, and I was like, okay. And then there's like Alliant Credit Union. I'm just looking at all the credit unions, all the banks, and I think, what was it? It was at Nelnet. Here, let me go to the website. Let me show you guys. I was actually looking at this just the other night because I was looking at the calculators. A lot of them I couldn't find because they were like, look at your rate, and then they made me actually sign up. So I was like, I'm not actually doing this. So let's see if I have to pay like $30,000. Let me see what I can get away with. Oh, okay. Let me see what I can get away with $20,000. That's what I've been doing so far. Loan term. What does this even mean? Oh, so I was clicking variable just because it gave me the higher option, and I just wanted to be like better safe than sorry, So monthly payment, blah 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 blah, to $400 a month. Guys, I think I can do that. Cause hear me out. This is the calculations I had my brother do. I'll do them here too. What did I say? How many days? 44 days until my birthday, if anybody cared. This is how I was doing. If I get a job, and we're just calculating just this summer, not to, pull the cart in front of the horse or whatever the fuck the saying is, but I do have a job interview lined up soon. And even if I don't get it, right? So, knock on wood, even if I don't get it, I'm determined. When Ellie Pie is determined, you have a very short period of time to actually get her to do anything because then she's going to give up. But if I'm determined, I'm going to get a job this summer. So, see, yes, my summer does end early. It's not the entire month of August because my first day of class is Monday, August 23rd or something. 24th. So it's not the entirety of summer. But as a senior, my high school gets out 2 weeks early for seniors. So it really is 12 weeks. So I'll do 15 times 20. So if I get paid $15 an hour, which with any of these jobs in my town, I will, $15 an hour times, let's say I only work 20 hours a week. Just going off of colleges only let you work 20 hours a week. And obviously this isn't an on-campus job we're talking about. This is fucking Culver's, Burger King, not Taco Bell, Walmart, whatever it is. Even if they only work 20, have me work, even over the summer where I work 80 hours a week if you want, bro. I don't give a fuck. If I get that money, I'm the best fucking worker you've ever seen in your life. Ask me about our cheese curds. Exactly. Ask me about the flavor of the day. Plot twist, it is 50 chance there's pecans. I hate pecans. Shout out to Keely Murphy. So 15 times 20 is 300. We all know that, right? That's why I'm using a calculator. I'm going to move this over here. I'm actually thinking. So that's maybe I'd be earning 300 a week. I mean, first of all, I'd get paid bi-weekly. So times 2 equals 600. So I get paid maybe 600 every 2 weeks. Times 2 again. So maybe I'd be making 1,200 in 4 weeks, because obviously a month is not exactly right. Times 3, because we're going to say that I'll be working for 12 weeks, $3,600. Boom! And what is $3,600 divided by, that $402 that I have to pay a month? Because I could pay ahead on student loans too. If I make it all in the summer and I don't make a lot of money during the school year on campus, okay, sorry. You know what? So let's say I make $3,600 over the summer. Let's say I get a job on campus. Oops. Sorry, I just got yelled at over text. I don't know who that was. Let's say I make $12 an hour times 20 hours a week, right? So I'd only be making $240 a week times 4. I'd be making $960 a month, maybe, times 4. I did that math really bad. So we'll go back and we'll do 240. That's a week. And then let's say I work for 25 weeks. That's like really bad. But if the school year is like 30 weeks, I don't get hired right away. Reasonable. That is $6,000. You're telling me, oh wait, hold on. Yeah, you're telling me I would make more than half working only 3 months than working the other 9? Right. That's the difference between $12 an hour and $15 an hour, boys and girls. I don't know where this is heading, but, and then 6,000 plus, where's the plus button? Sorry. Plus the 3,600 is $9,600, which that wasn't really an important math factoid. Fun fact stands for factoid. Just like I have hemorrhoid, or it stands for factual. So anyways, the 3,600 I could make over the summer divided by 400, meaning like hypothetically, not actually realistically, but hypothetically, if I didn't have an on-campus job this fall, that means I could, if I saved every single dollar of that job over the summer, which is fine because I won't be paying rent. I'm living with family. $3,600 divided by $400 monthly payments, I could support myself for 9 months. Wow. That means what can that $6,000 go towards? My monthly interest payments on my government loans. You guys know where this is going. Can you take out a loan on a loan? And this is what I have a question. If I need $30,000 per year and I take out a $20,000 loan, but then I'll need $20,000 loan the next year, and I've already paid off maybe like 10,000 of it, so I only have 10,000 on my loan remaining, but I need to take out another 20,000. Is that a separate loan? I feel like that'd be too easy. Or does it capitalize, right? So I now have $30,000 with monthly payments. Rather than because then it would be too confusing, because then I'm going to school for 4 years, and I'd have like 4 separate loans, or maybe 3, because by the time I'm a senior in college, I hope that I would have paid off the first loan. But I think I can, obviously. But that is on a 5-year plan. So then if I took out another 20, then maybe it'd be 10 years. I don't know. All I know is I went on one of the websites and they put me on a 20-year plan, and I said, that's so unrealistic. I'm not paying a loan for 20 years. Well, if you think about it, plus medical school, which is apparently going to be $100,000 per year. Not all medical schools, okay? We'll just go ahead and say it's $50,000, right? On average. Because you know I'm stupid. $50,000 on average, that's $50,000 times 4. You do that math, guys. You take care of that. Like, I know dada. I don't play about dada. Anyway, so I've just been crunching these numbers all the time. I don't have a job. I'm not enrolled in school yet, so that's what I've been doing, spending in my free time. That's what I've been spending my free time doing. I'm on spring break right now for high school, so don't judge me. Should I be doing work? Shut the fuck up. How about that? So then, realistically, if I only get that that 6,000 working on campus, but I don't know for sure if I'm going to have that on-campus job yet, so I'll have to ask for the full, shit, where did it go? Did I really X out of that stupid shit? Hold on, guys. Okay, so actually, it does say 42,000, but the total estimated payment to the university, I don't know if you can see my mouse, that's, okay, sorry guys, $15 off of $30,000, but it's $30,000, let me tell you. So, and I think it's easier to just, instead of trying to do the math, because we can't guarantee everything, and I just go in for 30,000 loan. Hey, you know what? I'd rather take out a loan for too much and then being able to pay it back, sooner than taking out for only 20,000 and then I don't end up getting that on-campus job, or I don't end up making as much as I want, because you know what? We're not going to save every dollar. That's not how that works. I'm making that $3,600 over the summer, maybe, and maybe it will end up being $3,600 because maybe I'll work more than 20 hours per week probably. I should be working probably average 30 hours per week, but we can do that math. Actually, maybe we can do that math now, right? So 15 times 30 is 450 a week times 12 weeks. Oops, times 12 weeks. So, but that's a big difference, right? 3,600, oops, 3,600 and 5,400. So, I mean, whatever. Saying that I'll make $3,600, I'm not going to save every penny, obviously. I have to buy food for some things. Like, no matter how much I penny pinch over the summer, maybe 600 of that will be gone over the summer, which sounds kind of bad. But if you think about it, that's 200 per month, $50 per week. How many of you guys spend over $50 per week? What I'm saying is what I'm saying. So, I try. I had a summer job this past summer. I made, let's see, probably that much, probably 5,400. I don't think it was that much actually, because it was for 10 weeks. Hold on, let me do this math. If I worked on average, maybe 28 weeks, 28 hours per week for 10 weeks, that's $4,200. And guess how much money I have in my bank account right now? $1.57. So I know how to spend money, guys, but I'm going to try really hard not to. I hope this is angled at my face and not anywhere else because I'm on the toilet right now. You can't hear anything. I'm not doing anything right now. I'm just sitting. But yeah, if any of what I said makes sense, we'll say that it's 30,000. Well, that would be really bad if I did it on a 15-year plan. But you can pay ahead. I don't want to pay too ahead because imagine if I I pay for the next 3 months, but then after that I shouldn't have done that because now I don't have any money. So like either way, you could be like screwed, I guess, but it's like fine. Oh, so I probably won't be on a fixed rate. We'll just say that everybody's trying to screw me over. $600 per month. $600 per month. We'll do the $3,600 divided by 600 is 6, which means hypothetically without that on-campus job, I would be able to fully do my private student loan payments for 6 months, like support myself through that way. 6 months. Probably should have been able to do that math in my head because what's 36 divided by 6? Same thing, whatever. And then 6,000 divided by 600 is 10. But also, as a college student working on campus, like, I am not going to be spending I'm not going to be, oh my God, I'm killing everybody. You're all done. I'm not going to be saving every single penny. I will definitely try my best, right? I'm going to have a bank account open with my aunt and uncle, and they're going to be co-signers so they can, like, freeze my account. If I'm giving them full permission to freeze my account, because if it gets that bad that they need to do that, what the frick am I doing? I'll be a couple hours away from Toronto, so will I be watching the Blue Jays and the Maple Leafs against my Pittsburgh teams? You know it. But hopefully that'll just be like a little splurge every now and then. Especially, how are you going to get to Canada, Ellie? You need a passaporte. Right! I need a passaporte. It's going to be one of the things that $3,600 is going to be spent on. A couple hundred for the passaporte. And then also, guys, I got my driver's permit February of 2023. So it's been over 2 years. I'm going to need to renew it. And I thought my original plan was I was going to get my driver's license on my birthday, May 8th, when I turn 18, so I could get my car. I'm going to get a car, right? It's sitting in the driveway right now. But I can't drive it because I don't have my license. So now I'm going to have to renew it beforehand. And it doesn't mess things up, but it definitely changes my plans. But it's fine. So that's my plan, guys. I'm going to do a loan, see what comes out of my scholarships, and I'm going to work because you want to be able to pay off the loans right away. If I got, I'm not going to pay off the entire $30,000 loan in 1 year. So let's talk about this. 600 a month times, right? And then after 12 months, because I don't know, when do we apply for that? That's 7,200. So I'll be doing 7,200. So it's 30,000 minus 7,200. Don't kill me for not being able to do this. 22,800. So I'll still have to pay about $22,800 by the end of the year. And then it'll go up to 52,800. But then minus 7,200 again, question mark, is 4,560. 4,560 minus 7,200. Oh, wait, sorry. Plus another 30. So that's 84,600. I don't think I'm doing this right at all, guys. Feel free to send me some money, though. My Cash App is my name, Ellie Pie. That's 77,400 and then 77,400. How many times did I do that already? We're just going to stop there. I don't know if that was 3 or 4 years, but probably at the end of my undergrad, I will still have to pay off $77,400. Does that sound right? In student loans. And then I have to pay for medical school. So plus 400,000. So that's how that 5-year student loan plan turns into 20 years. Yeah, absolutely, I'm sure. But this video was really just to explain my financial aid breakdown. Maybe that's what I'll label the video. Financial aid breakdown and how Ellie thinks she's going to pay. And Nelnet was like I think that's how you say it, was like the best case scenario. Because let me show you guys. Okay, $30,000, $600 a month. Let's go into this one. Maybe it's this. And this one is Citizens Bank. Right. It's loading. Bear with me. Oh, okay. So, loan amount, 30. I just do 5. And I don't know what this rate is, but they're giving it to me. And I have 4 years in school. And I want to repay immediately, of course. Oh. Well, that's actually going to be a little bit less. But then also they gave me a rate. And also it says it was fixed. And for the last one, you'll notice I did the variable, so whatever. And then I'll actually have to repay $35,000, which is not horrible. I mean, it's a disgusting amount of money in the first place, but you know how it goes. Let's see. Navy Federal. I don't think they had a calculator. I tried. I think I tried, and they didn't. They hate me. Oh, see, look at that. Am I eligible? Am I a member? No. So maybe that won't work, but I could probably figure it out. But for some places like Wells Fargo, you have to be a member for like 12 months, right? Like a year before you like get a loan or something, but it's fine. Current student of an eligible school. Well, I'd hope it is. It's the, public land grant institution, U.S. citizen. Believe it or not, guys, everybody born in the United States is a U.S. citizen. Who knew? Who knew? That's not even an opinion, that's a fact. Everybody born in the U.S. is a U.S. citizen, plus many others, plus many others, but I'm a U.S. citizen. I was born in America. How about that? Legal adult in the state which you reside in, 18. I will be. So maybe Navy Federal is actually not going to be our best shot. What is this one? Alliant Credit Union. Well, let's see here. Where's their calculator? Okay. 30, 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do 60 months, right? And that is disgusting. So we're maybe not gonna do that one. And obviously I'm not gonna take out 5 loans at 5 different places. That would be probably one of the worst mistakes I've ever made, would ever make in my entire life. This one's Earnest. I wonder whose this is. Oh, never mind, guys. They hate me. Yeah, some of these, they actually, convinced me to make accounts. So, okay. Well, I'm not doing this, actually. And then for my FAFSA, ooh, let me see, actually. I'll sign in my FAFSA and I'll show you guys. I actually forgot, my username. It is just my name, Ellie Pie. But I don't want to, mess it up, if I did it wrong. Oh, so I actually just did my email without the .com part. That's nice. Password. Wouldn't you guys like to know? Yeah. We're going to do SMS verification because, of course, I decided to do the 2-step verification. 9. Okay. We're going to show you guys. Oops. Accept whatever they just popped up. My leg's asleep now because I've been in the bathroom so long. How about this? How about we come back to this after I'm done in the bathroom? Okay, pause for a fit check. We got my school shirt that I made myself for Mental Health Awareness Month, whatever it is. Mental Health Matters at B North. Then we got on the back. It was made on Canva, so you might be able to find this on Canva. Anyways. And then I got Under Armour shorts on. You guys cannot see. This is like the worst angle I've ever taken of anything in my entire life. I'm sorry. Under Armour shorts. I just like them. And then I have my socks I got from Family Dollar, actually. And fake Birkenstocks that I got at Target for $30. So we're going to go into my room. Am I supposed to be doing something else? Yes. But my dad and he took my brother with him. Not that I care about that part. I have to turn my radio off now so I don't get copyrighted. La 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 la. Okay. I'm only able to show you guys with this because my dad is gone. I'm not allowed to have my phone upstairs, remember? And now that I have really bad lighting, there. And you can see my 600 things all over my room. I'll show you guys what my FAFSA looks like. And hopefully it's legal to do that. Okay, let me make sure. I'm peeking around the screen. Oh, my God, that did not just happen. Okay, so I have to do it like this. Okay. Yeah, this was like my initial submission summary. I just like, I've been through this website. Guys, I'm so frustrated. I probably talked about this a little bit before. The FAFSA opened like, I bet I could like, you could factoid check this, on Google. I think the FAFSA opened in 2025, like a couple days before October 1st. My counselor told me it usually opens October 1st. And then they set up all the workshops for kids to fill out their FAFSA in like December. So like, yeah, that's real helpful. Everybody's like, my aunt, she was like, you had to get the most money as possible, Ellie, because like she can't help me really like a lot. Like, not that it's out of her control, like she could help me, but like she can't like help me that much. My dad literally can't, not that I would ever even take money from him in the first place. Right. My family needs money. I need a lot of money. So she was like, get on my ass. She was like, get off my dick. She was like, you have to do your FAFSA right away. And I was like, I know. And she was like, no, you don't understand how. I hate that my family treats me as if I'm so stupid. And if it's not Daddy, it's in Kathy and Uncle Al, because they think that I haven't planned this. I was just talking to you guys about medical school and my degree that I was going to get. I'm years ahead. And yeah, there's some spots about things, right? Like, I don't know when I'm a upperclassman in undergraduate school, if I'm going to live in an apartment or not. Like, that's not important right now. I just, like, sometimes I get too ahead of myself, but, like, I'm planning the next 8 years. Why are they acting like this is like, I was in a text fight over this with my aunt. She was like, well, you need to make sure you bring only the necessities to college, right? Like clothes. And so my text was something like, well, I was thinking about bringing my dildo, but not clothes. How does that sound? Something like that. Because I was actually fed up. Like, do you actually think I'm R-word? Because why are you, I already have my packing list. I've had my packing list for college since sophomore year of high school. I don't know what's wrong with these people, I swear. Anyways, my whole thing was the FAFSA opened a couple days early this school year, and I filled my part out October 1st. October 3rd? October. Like very early October. It says I submitted it October 31st because my dad refused to fill out my FAFSA for me. You guys, some of you, if you understand that is serious. If a parent refuses, like I told him, okay, well, if you're actually, because I was fed up, I was like, well, if you're actually refusing, just tell me now, because then I have to file different things. I have to claim that you're a horrible person, basically. I tried to convince him that the IRS was going to go after him. I was like, they're going to go after you. Because, he's going through bankruptcy right now. So, like, I thought that would get him, like, scared. And he was like, I've got nothing to lose. Well, actually, I'm right here. Thanks for that, I guess. So he finally did it. October 31st. Right. That's what I was doing on Halloween, guys. It was 11 p.m. I was begging my dad. And he was like, and you know how long it took us, guys? 10 fucking minutes. 10 fucking minutes. And he had to wait 30 days? I was livid, but I was like, you know what? I can't say anything now because then he's just going to exit out and he's not going to do anything, because that's how much of a horrible parent he is. And then they processed it a few days later, and then I saw, okay, full Pell Grant, the direct loans, that's like whatever the stuff. And then I may be eligible for work study. But you know what? I've decided that I am. Keep in mind, this is only an estimate. Shut the fuck up. My student aid index is the lowest possible. Yes, I looked it up. I was like, I was like, what does the student aid index mean? Oh, these are the only ways that I could ever be happy and grateful that I'm legitimately living in poverty, despite my full closet. Because people feel bad for poor people. Are you poor? Oh my god, I legitimately just spit everywhere, but are you poor? I don't know. Are you gonna give me money if I say yes? Like, that's what I'll say. So that's what my FAFSA looks like. Oh my god. So loans work, like, that's my plan. That's my plan. And I've decided that I'm gonna be like the most hardworking person possible, because I have to maintain a really good GPA for medical school. Like, first of all, medical school in general, like, I need at least a 3.8 GPA, just in GPA alone, mind you. And, like, my Penn State, did I say that? I'm going to Penn State. I'm at the Bayern College of Engineering for the first 2 years at least, and then I'm transferring to University Park. I know how it works. I Googled this shit, remember? Like, they're just, like, in order to be an RA, like, you know, they have, like, lower stuff. They're, like, 3.0 GPA? Is that too much? 3.3, maybe? Which is, like, what I'm working with in high school right now. Like, not great. It's in between 3 and 4, I'll tell you that. But it's definitely not closer to 4.0. I really want to work to get a 4.0, but obviously knowing my high school rap, this might not happen. But I'm going to do my darndest. And then for medical school, I mean, to be on a pre-med track for Penn State, they say I need at least 100 hours of, like, clinical job shadowing, stuff like that. That Northwestern I was looking at wants in between 200 and 300. So, but that's over 4 years, right? So that's like, what, 50 hours a year, right? 5 hours a month. Like, you could do that. So maybe if I set up a system where, like, I do, like, job shadowing, like, I don't know, guys. I don't know how internships work. I've never job shadowed before. You're right, I'm a president of Key Club. I know what's up. So I have lots of volunteer hours. That's not the same thing. And it's going to be really hard because I'm going to have to put, like, my major and major related stuff, like, first, right? Like, schoolwork, like, everything, like, related to my major, which in high school, I'm in Science Olympiad, right? So, like, I'm involved in STEM stuff, but I'm also in English National Honor Society, German National Honor Society, German Club, Key Club, DECA, that's business and stuff, like, right? Like, so, like, I still want to continue as much as I can in college, but, like, realistically speaking, that's going to be really hard, and I might have to either do that only as an underclassman, only as an upperclassman, and, like, I'm not doing, like, Greek life or anything. I shouldn't state that. I'm not a whore. Sorry. I'm not blonde. And I'm not willing to be blonde. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not skinny. Okay. Debatable. On a good day, I am. But, like, they wouldn't let me in, even if I applied. And I don't want to apply, because you guys just heard my financial situation, and I don't know why anybody would want to pay tens of thousands of dollars in tuition and then pay more to live in a house where everybody hates you anyways. I'm sure there are kind sororities out there, but not that I've heard of. So at the Bayern College, right, like, I looked at all of their clubs and organizations. There's, like, this, there's a couple of, like, science honor societies. There's, like, a robotics club, engineering club, stuff like that. There's a German club, right? So I still want to, there's an FBLA, so I can still do some of that. And then when I go onto main campus, I'll hopefully have my life fucking figured out by then, my game plan. I'll be halfway through. Now, a lot of things are going to change once I become an upperclassman in undergrad, which I'll update you guys, because this will be the only thing keeping me going is YouTube. Maybe I'll start monetizing, right? I'm just so close to 50,000 subscribers. I mean, I have, like, 1 right now, but that's one step closer. Not that I've ever really thought I was going to depend on social media, and I'm not depending on social media. I was really desperate last night. You could yell at me a little bit for this, guys, but I went on ChatGPT, and I was, like, so desperate. And, like, obviously ChatGPT is going to pretend to be your friend. And I was really grateful, because ChatGPT is just like a friend to me. I know it's fake, but they were telling me that going on OF, I mean, I know I have a reputation to uphold, guys, but, like, that's how desperate I'm getting. They were like, Feet Finder is not that safe. I was like, what about I read a book about someone becoming a sugar daddy and making a lot of money. Can I get a sugar daddy? Not that I would do anything, right? But ChatGPT did say it might be easy for them to push your boundaries, right? One kiss turns into one fuck, and then right? Like, don't want to get ahead of yourself. And then Feet Finder isn't always safe, and it's not good money. Are you kidding me? All these people have been saying they've been making thousands off Feet Finder, selling feet pics. My feet are pretty decent, I believe. Then ChatGPT started doing stupid stuff like telling me I could babysit. So I tried to go on the babysitting websites, and I had to be 18. Whatever. And then they were like, what about pet sitting? Well, I'm actually scared of big dogs, and I don't like dogs at all. And they were like, what about cats? Well, I love cats, but cats don't like me. So we're kind of... Is there a pet sitting app? I mean, plant sitting app? I'm desperate, guys. Can somebody create an outro for me? Because right now this is my outro. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb more. Sorry, we'll do this thumb. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb more. 5, 6, 7, 8. Try to keep your fingers straight. Go. Boom, I win.